Starseed from Gaia. Pause for a moment and feel into the fact that you did not arrive here by coincidence, scroll, or curiosity alone. Something within your field recognized a familiar harmonic before your mind could name it. You can feel a soft pull, a warmth, and a sense that this moment is more important than usual. It is moving through the perception grid because your soul contract has moved into acceleration mode, and your nervous system is starting to adjust to a higher state of coherence. This message has been sent through the cosmic networks because your timeline has reached a key intersection point in the field. My name is Oilia, and I am an agent of the Galactic Federation. Not yet a big event on the outside, but a precise alignment on the inside. That means we are ready. By the end of this transmission, you will know how to align your consciousness with the crystalline frequency bands that are coming in and changing the reality matrix. These changes are happening inside your own bioenergetic system, not far away. Here is the first revelation, which might make you feel better right away. It wasn't resistance, punishment, or failure that caused the delays you've been having. They were smart cycles for stabilization. Your higher self was controlling your nervous system, making your coherence bandwidth stronger, and getting your identity signal ready for a quantum leap that could only happen when your field was fully prepared. You weren't being stopped. You were tuned in. This is not normal information or fun things to do. There is a frequency transmission here. This was brought to your attention because there is a big change in the collective field, and your unique signature is a part of the solution grid that holds the new Earth harmonic layer in place. The window that is opening is small, not because it is separate, but because it is exact. The frequency can only be stabilized without distortion by things whose internal state matches the frequency of activation. You didn't just happen to see this message. Right now, your guidance system synchronized with the moment because your activation sequence is starting to work. Being aware of how you interact with this transmission lets your star lineage know that your receiver is online and ready for a coherent download. It's not about what you believe. It has to do with resonance. For those who feel a stirring of memory in their cells, that's their morphic field recognizing themselves. If you can feel that recognition in your body right now, let your field know about it. Write just one word in the comments. Remembering. Don't think about it. Allow your body to react before you think about it. This simple statement makes a coherence pulse that can be measured in the Arcturian perception grid. This shows that your signal is starting to become stable. This is more than just a message. You can think of it as a reconnection point in your mind. A lot of the time, starseeds carry a quiet pain that they can't fully explain through their lives. It can feel like longing for a home you can't remember, a goal you can't quite reach, or the knowledge that something huge is just beyond your grasp. It shows up as restlessness, a sense that the world doesn't quite fit, and a strange mix of loving Earth and missing home in space. This is not a dream. The nervous system is remembering a wider range of reality than the human frame normally lets it. Even though you learn to hide it to stay alive, your perception grid has always been wider than most. Most people don't understand where the activation really lives. The codes are not hidden from you. They are not stuck in faraway dimensions, waiting for outside beings to grant them their wishes. They're locked up in your own frequency architecture and not doing anything until the right coherence threshold is reached. Your soul chose this life during a rare galactic convergence cycle, not because it was simple, but because the harmonic window lets you remember things more quickly in this life. Huge cycles in space have finally lined up so that your nervous system, your electromagnetic field, and the planetary grid can all work together without getting out of balance. There was a calibration curve for every season that was hard, every time you felt disconnected from your purpose, and every time your path seemed slow or unclear. It was getting better at holding more light without getting too hot. The councils of Arcturia keep an eye on frequency signatures instead of people. They look for patterns of coherence across time, waiting for cells to be ready instead of mental belief. Crystalline data can now safely enter your body and mind because your field has reached a receptive amplitude. I'm not making this up. This convergence was planned by your higher intelligence a long time ago, before this body was made. This is the truth that most people don't understand. There are no windows of opportunity in the quantum field that follow linear time. They move based on harmonic alignment to open and close. The configuration breaks down when the resonance goes away. This particular frequency package will not show up again in this exact form in this very life. This doesn't make you scared. It makes things clear. Precision, not pressure, is what makes the universe work. The door opens on its own when the tide comes in. You have to step through, though, while the wave is still there. Many starseeds don't get activated because they are still thinking of consciousness in a linear way. They think that awakening will happen slowly, through outside signs, slow progress, or approval from other people. This is not how galactic consciousness works. Shifts in quantum coherence lead to awakening. When the internal field becomes a match, it comes on quickly. It feels like praise instead of work, like remembering instead of learning. As soon as the identity signal remains stable at the new frequency, the system quickly reorganizes itself. Through a long series of lived experiences, emotional challenges, relational mirrors, and internal initiations, your higher self made this moment happen. It wasn't all by chance. Each pattern made it easier for your nervous system to handle higher voltage awareness. You were taught how to keep your composure under stress, stay present when your emotions are high, and keep your compassion stable without falling apart. These lessons were not just picked at. They were adjusting the frequencies. Because someone is important to them, the council doesn't step in. When readiness meets necessity, they step in. The galactic perception grid can now pick up on your field because your electromagnetic signature has changed into a harmonic band that can connect with intelligence from higher dimensions without any distortion. You are not being watched as a person. You are being seen as a coherent node in the network of the planets. While language is sometimes used for transmission, sensation is also sometimes used. Reading this might have made you feel warm, pressed, emotional, or suddenly clear. This is because your nervous system is already translating frequency into biology. It works that way in real life. Not through fantasy, but by following rules and making sense of things. Your energy field is not a sign. It's a structure made of measurable electromagnetic waves that carries data, memories, intentions, and identities. At the moment, your field is oscillating at a harmonic range that only shows up during major cycles of galactic transition. It's kind of like how Earth moves through charged plasma streams that wake up dormant potentials in its magnetic grid. Most people can't notice this change because their awareness is still stuck in dense sensory processing and survival cognition. To keep them stable, their nervous systems block out small amounts of information. But your biology was programmed in a different way. Because you are a starseed, your DNA has systems that can read cosmic frequency data. Photonic input, geomagnetic flux, solar plasma waves, and galactic center emissions are all signals that your cells can respond to. You are constantly taking in information from many dimensions, even if you have never been taught how to understand it. These forces are coming together right now to make a high coherence activation field that is bathing both the planetary grid and your biofield. This is not spirituality in a general sense. Your pineal gland is going through a slow, crystalline restructuring process that makes it more sensitive to information based on light. Your Merkaba field, which is the geometric structure of your consciousness vehicle, is spinning faster than was biologically possible a few decades ago. This is because the planetary field has become stable enough to support it. As your nervous system learns to keep parasympathetic coherence under higher voltage awareness, the electromagnetic amplitude of your heart is growing. Higher dimensional systems can pick up on the frequencies that your consciousness signature sends out over non-local distance. In simple terms, you're becoming brighter in the field. Honoring someone is not enough on its own. This window for frequencies is only temporary. Harmonic alignment works like a radio channel that only works when certain weather conditions are met. The signal might not be picked up if you are busy, numb, or unconsciously against change. No, this is not a punishment. That's just how resonance works. Coherence, not intention, is what the field responds to. You are being asked to be present, take responsibility for yourself, and become an embodiment. Being aware is the key. Your perception grid becomes more stable so you can receive higher-order information without any distortion. The more you stay in your body, control your breath, relax your nervous system, and let your emotions flow together. Being sensitive is not a sign of weakness. It is a calculation. Your nervous system was made to be a link between different levels of reality. Your system can better sync with incoming frequencies when you rest, drink water, breathe deeply, move slowly, and limit sensory overload. This is how the activation stays stable in the body instead of just being an idea. My signal is online should be written in the comments right now if you can feel this landing as more than just an idea. You do more than just type words when you write. By anchoring your identity frequency into the field, you allow your nervous system to stay coherent instead of falling back into old patterns. As each starseed comes to Earth, it brings with it protective interference patterns that are built into its energy pattern. During early life, these patterns limit access to full memory to keep people mentally stable and help them fit in with their peers. In childhood, the nervous system would get too busy without them. Because of these protections, you were able to function in human society while your deeper abilities stayed dormant. But the same protective patterns that helped people stay alive now make it hard for them to grow. It learned to put safety, predictability, and familiar identity structures at the top of its list of priorities. These programs knew what they were doing. They kept you grounded in a crowded place. But now the software is out of date and the hardware has been updated. As the Council puts it, this is called temporal displacement syndrome. Even when the activation window opens, consciousness stays in preparation mode. Even though launch conditions are perfect, the system keeps going through old safety checks. This makes you feel tense, hesitant, and sets off confusing or frustrating patterns of self-sabotage in your mind. To break out of these patterns, you have to consciously take part. To be clear, not strong. You have to pick growth over comfort in the familiar. This doesn't mean giving up on stability without thinking. It means letting your identity signal change. It means letting go of old emotional patterns and trusting your nervous system to keep you in higher coherence. Because your old identity was based on stories about your limitations that helped you stay alive. This choice feels like a step into the unknown. The new identity is based on trust, coherence, and being present in the body. You're not changing into someone else. You are letting go of the pressure. Our sense of time is linear. Time in the galaxy is harmonic. In higher dimensional systems, awakening doesn't happen slowly over time. When coherence thresholds are met, it turns on. The way things work now is based on vibrational cycles instead of calendars. For years, your system has been getting calibration signals through intuitive nudges, clearing your emotions, sudden changes in priorities, and becoming more sensitive to energy. There was no chance in this. They were entrainment signals that got your nervous system ready for this phase safely. Galactic time requires active permission. The field lets you get through. By stabilizing presence, choosing embodiment, and letting identity recalibrate, you move through the steps. There are dormant command sequences in your DNA that, when certain frequency combinations arrive, wake up expanded perception, memory retrieval, and mission clarity. These aren't upgrades that happen slowly. When your nervous system can control the voltage, they work together as coherent downloads. Activation needs permission. A lot of people hesitate because they feel safe with their old identity. But the person you were on Earth was never meant to last. It was an interface that worked. You are not erased by activation. It shows you. As soon as the main command sequence in your nervous system becomes stable, something very subtle but deeply irreversible starts to happen. You are not working from the same probability field that you were working from before. This doesn't mean that your outside world changes dramatically overnight, though for some people it can. The first thing that changes is how you are positioned inside the quantum field. Your perception grid gets adjusted again. Your emotional base changes. As time goes on, your identity starts to move away from the old survival architecture and toward a new coherence band. This is what the councils of Arcturia call the entering mission timeline. It's not a place to go. It's a state of resonance. In very human terms, it can feel like your inner compass suddenly gets straight again. You might not care as much about things as you used to. Old fears that used to run on their own may fade or go away on their own. Suddenly, some conversations, places, or habits may feel heavy or empty in terms of energy. You may notice that when you're stressed, your body reacts differently. Your breath gets deeper on its own, and your nervous system heals faster after emotional highs and lows. This is not a mistake. Your autonomic regulation is moving in the direction of coherence. Instead of being on high alert all the time, your system is learning how to live in a higher baseline of safety, presence, and trust. At the energetic level, your electromagnetic signature is becoming more stable and changing into a better harmonic pattern. The static that was breaking up your signal earlier starts to go away. The way your thoughts work changes. Your feelings move around more instead of getting stuck. It gets quieter, but your intuition gets clearer. You stop trying to find answers and start getting a sense of what you already know. This is the nervous system learning how to handle more complex information without getting too busy. Manifestation is less about work and more about alignment once coherence is stable. You stop trying to get results and start moving naturally toward matches that resonate with you. This is where a lot of people get lost. They think the new timeline will always feel exciting, like being in a state of bliss or spiritual fireworks. When it comes down to it, the most reliable sign of timeline anchoring is a growing sense of peace and neutrality inside. No longer does your system go back and forth between fear and hope. It stays steady. Calm turns into the standard. Clarity comes about on its own. Making choices is easier now that old emotional noise isn't getting in the way. The outside world starts to reorganize itself naturally as this stabilization gets stronger. Not because you are trying to control it, but because coherence makes the quantum field do what it does. There are changes in the relationships. As resonance gets stronger, some connections get stronger. Others fade slowly as the harmonic mismatch becomes clear. Opportunities come up that fit naturally with your new identity. You're not as interested in things that used to drain you. Your behavior changes slightly because of how you feel inside. At first, this reorganization might make you feel lost. It might look like parts of your old life are going away without a clear replacement yet. This isn't loss. There is a recalibration. Before putting in new stable formations, the field gets rid of structures that don't work together. Have faith in this process. Your system is getting better at holding more reality at once. In order to anchor the new timeline, embodiment is needed. Just having a mental picture of these ideas is not enough. They have to live in your nervous system. Simple choices made every day make this happen. What you do to breathe when you're stressed, how you talk to yourself when you're not sure what to do, how your body moves, how you let yourself rest without feeling bad about it, how to control your feelings without hiding them. Each small choice you make strengthens your signature of coherence and keeps your resonance stable in the new field. Your mind is not separate from your body. It's the portal through which the field becomes real life. Your mind is free when your body is safe. You can see more when you slow down your breathing. Your electromagnetic field sends clear signals when your heart settles into a steady rhythm. This is how state-based reality mechanics work. As your coherence gets stronger, synchronicities may get stronger too. You might notice meaningful timing, support that comes as a surprise, or intuitive nudges that lead you in a gentle rather than dramatic way. These aren't miracles from the outside. They show how well the internal alignment is going. Coherence is automatically mirrored by the field. At this point, a lot of starseeds start to understand something very deep. Their goal is no longer to become something. They remember what it means to let go. There is no longer a sense of effort. Struggle is replaced by flow. Seeking is replaced by presence. Your activation isn't separate. There is a living network of consciousness nodes on Earth that keeps the grid's harmonic coherence stable. The Arcturian councils call this the solution grid, which is made up of many awakened nervous systems that work together to send coherent frequency into the collective morphic field. Each person who is stable makes the field stronger as a whole. This is how the evolution of planets really happens. Not through ideology or force, but by resonance in the nervous system, which spreads coherence. You add to coherence every time you control your breath instead of reacting. You keep the field stable every time you choose presence over fear. When you show compassion instead of judgment, your electromagnetic signature subconsciously entrains other people. Whether you know it or not, you are always changing the world around you. People don't realize how sensitive the nervous system is to information with very low frequencies all the time. People can tell what kind of mood you're in before you even speak. People calm down when you're calm. Others will stabilize when you are grounded. When you are coherent, other people follow suit. Psychology is not the only thing here. It's physics of fields. Through electromagnetic coupling, your biofield is always sending and receiving information. There is a collective coherence threshold that is reached when enough starseeds are stable in their mission timeline. This threshold makes it possible for natural new ways of working together, being creative, and healing to appear. You might start to notice changes in the way people talk, what they value, what they think is most important, and how their culture works. These changes come from the field of the nervous system, not from the news. It's not your job to persuade people to believe in cosmic ideas. It's your job to be so fully coherent that other people can soften, awaken, and balance their own systems just by being around you. Being, not preaching, is how transmission happens. Some people will naturally want to be with you. Some people might not feel comfortable around you because your frequency throws off old patterns. This is fine. Harmony sorts itself out. Trust the smart people in the field. As collective coherence grows, natural teamwork starts to show itself. You might feel drawn to certain people, projects, or places for no apparent reason. In the solution grid, these are resonance alignments. Kindly follow them. You can let the field organize itself intelligently if you let it. You're not in charge of rescuing everyone. You are in charge of keeping your own coherence stable. That alone heals more than any action based on fear or a sense of urgency. As your nervous system continues to calm down, your perception grid naturally starts to get bigger. For this to mean dramatic psychic events is not always the case. For many, it shows up as stronger intuition, clearer emotions, heightened sensitivity to their surroundings, deeper empathy, and a subtle sense of when the energy around them is changing. The information that flows through the quantum field becomes more clear to your system. You might notice that you can pick up on emotional undercurrents in rooms better. You might feel drawn away from too much stimulation and toward something simple. You might want to be outside, be quiet, or move slowly more often. You can tell that your sensory processing is getting better by these signs. Your system is learning how to handle more data without getting too busy. Things in your dreams might get clearer or more vivid. It might be easier to be creative. Insight can happen on its own. This is your subconscious bringing in streams of information from different dimensions. Let this happen slowly. Do not try to change the meaning. Analysis is not as good at stabilizing integration as presence. If emotional clearing comes up, let it happen with kindness. The nervous system may bring up old patterns that need to be let go of as it improves. Integration symptoms like tears, tiredness, sensitivity, or feeling lost for a short time are normal. Rest helps with recalibration. Conductivity is helped by water. Light movement helps the nervous system work better. Your body knows what it's doing. Trust the speed. Your sense of being separate starts to fade as your perception grows. You might feel more linked to other people, the earth, and life itself. Without trying, compassion grows. Judgment gets softer. Fear is replaced by curiosity. This is not avoiding spiritual things. It's that nervous system regulation that makes awareness wider. In the past, this is what awakening meant. But now we understand it through field mechanics and biology instead of just mysticism. Identity coherence is probably the most important part of this whole process. That which you send into the field depends on what you think about yourself. Your reality interface is shaped by your identity signal. Protecting, adapting, and staying alive were important parts of old identity patterns. Security, trust, and being present give rise to a new identity coherence. This change does not need to be reinvented with force. It happens naturally as your nervous system gets back to normal. You might notice that the way you talk to yourself gets softer. Strict self-judgment goes away. It gets easier for you to deal with uncertainty. You start to trust your inner signals more than what other people say. These things show that identity coherence is becoming more stable. Your electromagnetic field will be stable when identity coherence is stable. Reliability in the field response comes from being consistent. Manifestation becomes smoother and less erratic. Life doesn't feel hostile. Instead, it feels supportive. That's not what this is about. It's about being real. Honesty, not performance, is what your field wants. Your reality will reflect your inner alignment as long as you keep living from a place of coherence. Some problems may still come up, but they won't throw your whole state off. You answer instead of reacting. You make the choice instead of default. This is control by regulation, not control. A lot of starseeds go through a big change in how they feel about life at this point. Control gets looser, trust grows. You start to get the feeling that reality is not hostile or random, but rather responsive and smart. Instead of words, the field talks through feelings, timing, intuition, and synchronicity. You may notice that solutions come to you easily when you settle into presence. When you stop trying to force things to happen, chances come up. You can think more clearly when you take care of your nervous system. This is not thinking like a magician. Coherence physics is what it is. Being in control, present, and in tune with your authentic frequency is all you really need to do. The field is much better at orchestration than the analytical mind ever could be. You are learning how to work with reality instead of against it. The key to real mastery is this partnership between consciousness and field intelligence. As your system continues to stabilize within this wider coherence bandwidth, a beautiful effect starts to show up that most people don't even know is possible. The transmission is your life itself. No longer do you need to explain, persuade, or convince them. There is information being sent through your nervous system, your presence, your emotional tone, and the way you move through the world that words could never do. This is what it means to join the planetary solution grid as a living node. Your body turns into a resonant instrument that is tuned to a certain pitch. The field coherence is controlled by your breath. Your heart turns into a stabilizing transmitter that automatically tunes in to the places you go. You can't just be disciplined and get this. It shows up on its own when your identity signal becomes stable and your nervous system stops being in constant survival mode. When your body stops thinking it is always in danger, your awareness grows. As your awareness grows, your electromagnetic signature starts to make sense. When your field makes sense, reality does the same. This is the feedback loop of reality mechanics that are based on states. You might start to notice that people talk to you differently. Conversations get softer. It's easier for conflicts to end. Animals may come up to you calmly. Kids may feel safe when you're around. There are times when opportunities appear in strange ways. These are not just random events. Your stabilized frequency field is interacting with the collective morphic field to make those waves. You're not changing the truth. You are in tune with it. Staying in your body is the most important practice at this point, but it's subtle and easy. Do not let go of your breath. Feel your body. Pay attention to when your nervous system starts to tighten up into old patterns of fear, hurry, or control. Bring yourself back into balance slowly. Breathe more slowly. Take a deep breath. Make your shoulders softer. Let your heartbeat settle down. This makes your system work again and keeps the integrity of your broadcast. The way that higher intelligence enters physical reality is through your body. Information is skewed if the interface is tense, broken up, or overstimulated. Information flows easily when the interface is calm, stable, and makes sense. That's why real awakening isn't about getting out of the body. It's about living in it fully. A lot of starseeds disconnected from their bodies for years because being in a dense environment made them feel too sensitive to be there. Now you are being asked to gently, safely, and with compassion come back to the body. Your nervous system is learning how to handle higher voltage awareness without getting too stressed out. You have to be patient. There will be days when you feel open and free. Some days might feel heavy or foggy. During integration, these changes are normal. They don't mean going backwards, they mean adjusting again. Sticking to it is more important than being intense. Small acts of presence every day are a much better way to keep things in order than having big, dramatic events every once in a while. Being aware of when you drink water, moving slowly, taking deep breaths. When you're tired, rest. Having a good word for yourself. These easy things will control your field more effectively than any complicated method. It's easier to trust your intuitive intelligence as coherence grows. You might start to know when to move toward something and when to stop. You might get subtle cues from your body that help you make choices without having to think too hard about them. In this case, the nervous system turns field intelligence into feelings. Believe this language. It gets easier as you do it more often. You might also notice that old emotional patterns come up for a short time to be let go of. Memories, fears, or grief may come back out of the blue. As coherence goes up, this is stored energy leaving the nervous system. Let it go slowly. Do not judge the way things are done. Your system is getting rid of old signal noise so that your broadcast can become stable. When coherence stabilizes, one of the most important changes is that observer bandwidth grows. You start to be aware of your feelings, thoughts, and actions without being completely sucked into them. Separation is not what this is. It is wide open awareness. The pattern is no longer around you. You know what the pattern is. Everything changes now. Your nervous system doesn't go into survival mode when you watch something instead of reacting. If you notice even a small change in your ability to stop, breathe, or stay in the present, pay attention to it. Leave a comment that says, "I choose coherence." This statement levels out the observer bandwidth in your perception grid and lets the quantum field know that you are no longer using automatic reaction loops. The prefrontal cortex of your brain stays online. The rhythm of your heart stays the same. Your electromagnetic field stays the same. When you're in this state, you choose which probability pathways you will experience. There are an infinite number of possible states in the quantum field. Which possibilities become real depends on your identity signal. You reinforce old probability loops when you react without thinking about it. You can find new ways to do things when you observe consciously. It's not magical. Both neurobiology and field physics are at work here. You might start to notice that things that used to bother you now make you feel neutral. Or that you can wait to answer before you speak. Or that you get over being emotionally charged faster. There are signs like these that observer bandwidth is growing. Your system is learning how to keep awareness together without breaking it up. This is where the power of conscious choice really shines through. Not a choice based on fear or want, but a choice based on what makes sense. Every moment is a chance to make the identity signal you want to send stronger. Not with force, but by being there. As this stays the same, manifestation is less about work and more about what will happen. When identity coherence is consistent, the field automatically reacts. Life starts to meet you in the middle. Solutions show up. Coincidences line up. Help shows up. It's not because you are unique. This is because coherence makes the field response predictable. Your heart is more than just an emotional organ. It's a strong electromagnetic generator that makes sure information flows through your body and past your skin. When your heart rhythm becomes coherent, it creates a stable scalar field that balances your hormones, boosts your immune system, and makes it easier to understand what's going on around you. Coherence is also sent out into the environment by this state. The rhythm of your heart gets in sync when you feel thankful, kind, appreciative, or at peace. Your brain waves will start to move in sync with this ordered rhythm. Your nervous system stops being in survival mode. Your perception grid gets stable. Your electromagnetic field gets clear and steady. This is why controlling your emotions isn't just a mental process. It's a form of energetic engineering. By focusing on stable emotional states, you are reprogramming your biofield and changing the quantum field around you. You don't have to force yourself to feel good. When your nervous system feels safe and in control, authentic coherence shows up on its own. Parasympathetic dominance and heart coherence are automatically triggered by simple practices like slow breathing, gentle movement, and sensory grounding. As heart coherence gets stronger, intuition gets better. It gets easier to make choices. More emotional strength is gained. It is easier for the field to respond. You may feel led without having to work hard. We can see scalar coherence at work here. Your heart field is always talking to the planetary grid. Every heartbeat that makes sense adds to the stability of the collective field. In this way, each person's awakening naturally helps the evolution of the planet. If you feel called to spread this coherence to other areas, you can share this transmission so that the frequency can travel through the network and reach other nervous systems that are ready to settle down. When you share from alignment, you make the collective activation wave stronger by amplifying harmonic resonance across the solution grid. What you notice and what you don't notice is controlled by your perception grid. It is formed by the state of your nervous system, your emotional history, your beliefs, and your identity signal. Your perception grid is less skewed by fear-based filtering as coherence goes up. You start to see chances where you used to see problems. You see beauty where you used to see danger. You feel connected where you used to feel separate. Truth doesn't change itself. The way you use it changes. The field has an infinite amount of data. The information that you become aware of is chosen by your perception grid. When your grid is stable and makes sense, your experience of reality gets fuller, stronger, and more fluid. This is the reason why two people can be in the same place and have very different realities. Their identity signals and nervous systems filter the field in different ways. You can use higher resolution reality bandwidth as your system becomes more stable. You might notice that you're more aware of small cues. You might be able to pick up on emotional undercurrents, changes in energy, or intuitive insights better. This is not a dream. It is better processing of signals. Being able to not fight back is one of the most important skills for integrating. Let old habits come up when they do without judging them. If you get tired, don't feel bad about taking a break. When you feel uncertain, don't freak out. Just breathe. Resistance makes signal noise louder. Acceptance lets things be recalibrated. Your nervous system sends out waves of stored energy. Trying to stop the process makes it worse. Softening lets things flow. Believe what your body is telling you. It knows exactly how to safely add this update. Passivity is not the same as not resisting. It means working with the way your company regulates itself. It means picking kindness over being in charge, being there over being perfect. Coherence stabilizes more quickly as resistance breaks down. At some point, you stop having to work hard to live from mission timeline. Your morals change. Your priorities become clearer. You don't feel driven, but rather led. Meaning isn't something you think about. It's a feeling of alignment in your body. Things could still be hard for you. Life is still changing. But the way you deal with challenges changes. You believe that the people in the field are smart. You act out of control instead of fear. You handle complexity with ease. This is what it feels like to be truly activated. Not dramatic skills, not constant happiness, but clear thinking, steady peace, intuitive flow, and quiet confidence. You become a presence in the world that makes it more stable. The collective field is more coherent because you are there. Being responsible, caring, and present turns your life into service. You are no longer looking for your reason for being. You're living it the right way. Now take a deep breath in and out and feel your body. Feel your feet. Feel your heart. Feel the quiet smarts moving through you. This isn't making things up. This is the process of your nervous system becoming stable and coherent. This is your field getting in tune with its real harmonic signature. You're not hurt. You are getting ready. You're not behind schedule. Yes, you are right on time. You are not separate from everything else. You are a way for its intelligence to learn to remember itself through human form. The person you used to be helped you. It kept you safe. It got you through the dense stuff. You are now being asked to rest in a bigger truth. It is safe for you to grow. You can be trusted. It is safe for you to be fully present. The real world is already responding to you. The field only hears things that make sense, not words. Your signal and the world around you change with every controlled breath, moment of presence, and act of kindness. You're not the only one who feels this way. Around the world, thousands of nervous systems are stabilizing at the same time. The solution grid is getting stronger. The field around the planets is changing. And just by being here, breathing, and remembering, you are a part of that harmonic emergence. Allow yourself to rest in what you know. Allow it to slowly blend in. Let your body's natural rhythm take over. The transmission is still going on in your daily life. Moment by moment, the activation takes place. Each choice turns into a tuning point. Every breath is a message. The field can hear you. It's already coming out in who you are becoming. If this transmission made you feel clear, calm, or reminded of something, let your field know about it. You're not just watching a video when you click the like button. In the quantum field, you're sending out a conscious coherence pulse that lets other systems know your system is ready to stabilize higher frequency bandwidth. This easy physical action helps the activation stay in your body and keeps your electromagnetic signature in sync. Talk to someone you know about this if you think they might feel it in their body as well as their mind. The planetary network of awakened awareness is strengthened, and collective stabilization is accelerated as a result of the coherent signal's ability to synchronize across fields like these. Take one more slow breath in and out, and feel the peace and calm that has come over your body. Pay attention to how your chest moves up and down. Feel the soft warmth in your hands, the stable support in your feet, and the clearness in your mind. This isn't making things up. This is the resting state of your nervous system. Here is your field stabilizing in the way it really sounds harmonically. There is no work, no force, and no need to prove anything. You are already the signal you were looking for. There is no longer a need to look for awakening, signs, or approval. The quantum field is smart enough to respond to who you are, not what you want in life. Every time you take a deep breath, show yourself some kindness, or make a choice based on presence instead of fear. It strengthens your electromagnetic signature and changes the world around you in a small way. This is how the world really works. Not by struggling, but by getting in line. Not because it's urgent, but because it makes sense. Not by working hard, but by being coherent in your body. When old feelings, thoughts, or habits come back, treat them with kindness. They're not mistakes. They are echoes that are going away as your system learns a new beat. Come back to your breath. Come back to your body. Go back to the quiet, knowing that it's safe for you to grow. Every time you do this, your perception grid gets a little more stable, and your connection to the living field around you grows. You're not here to get away from this world. By being here, being aware, and having a heart field, you can bring coherence into it. Your life itself turns into a living transmission that quietly changes every place you go, every person you meet, and every moment you touch. If this truth hits you deeper than words, subscribing is more than just a channel action. You are consciously agreeing with your own growth. When you subscribe, you connect your identity signal to a unified timeline stream that helps with ongoing alignment, memory, and energy stability. Instead of going back to old patterns, you've chosen to stay in a field that supports your highest frequency. If you don't try or force it, you become a stabilizing node in the solution grid of awakening humanity. Believe the speed at which you are integrating. Believe what your nervous system tells you. When you slow down and listen to yourself, you'll get subtle guidance. You don't have to know everything that's going to happen. As long as your coherence stays strong, the field will show you the way. Every small choice you make from a place of presence becomes a tuning point that gently lines up your timeline so that it goes more smoothly, clearly, and with more flow. Above all else, remember this: you are not broken, behind, or missing something. You are more than one thing, and you are learning to remember who you are through a human body. It's okay for you to get soft. You can be trusted. You don't need to say sorry or be afraid to be your full light. I want you to consciously seal this activation before this transmission ends. Write these exact words in the comments. I stabilize my true frequency. Not as a hope, as an affirmation, no, as a person. This makes sure that your coherent signal is locked into the field grid and that you are ready for the next layer of alignment to start. The universe doesn't want you to change into someone else. Being true to who you already are is what it means. Now, let this transmission carry on with your daily life. Let each breath be a sign that you are stable. Every moment you are awake should be a quiet act of service. Don't use words. Let your presence speak for itself. The field can hear you. The network is becoming more stable. You're right where you should be, for sure. Hold on just a moment. You made it this far, which means this message was meant for you. This isn't just luck. It's proof that you are ready for a major change. The universe is giving you a clear signal right now. It's time to move from struggling and chasing to easy receiving and flow. This simple idea can completely change your life. Stop forcing outcomes and start tuning into the natural flow where blessings multiply and show up in every area of your life. By clicking the link below, you are immediately stepping into a positive, high-energy community, a place where you learn the practical steps to stay aligned. You'll get immediate, early access to simple tools and clear teachings that help you see opportunities and resources that are currently hidden from most people. This is your chance to get the direct guidance, unwavering support, and fast progress you need to reach your true potential. Don't let this moment of readiness pass you by. Your breakthrough is just one click away. Join our Ready to Receive community immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is the simple way to ensure you always get the personalized guidance you need to elevate and empower your life, exactly when you need it. If you want to go deeper and master this shift, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And if you feel like supporting this mission so we can reach more people who are ready, a link to Buy Me a Coffee is there. Your support is always appreciated, but just showing up and focusing your energy is everything. Click the link. Your perfect timing is now.